Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my videos. Going to be giving you my starting 11 prediction for our game against Tottenham. In goal, I'm going to go with Dean Henderson. Obviously, we had David De Gea in goal for the game against Granada recently. Prior to the game against Granada, Dean Henderson was in goal for the last 7 games in a row. Dean Henderson has done really well in the games he's been involved in. He's kept a lot of clean sheets, his distribution's been good, he's made good saves, he's made good aerial claims. And I said, Dean Henderson is now reliable enough to be our number one because he has got that experience behind him. He endured 2 successful loans with Sheffield United. He's also had loan spells before. Before the start of this season, he signed a 6-year contract with Manchester United. Dean Henderson's still young. He's got a lot of development in him. At right back, I'm going to go with Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka obviously played against Granada recently. I thought he did okay against Granada. I thought he dealt with Kennedy quite well, but didn't really get forward enough. But yeah, defensively he was good and he was very effective in the air. Wan-Bissaka just needs to show more attacking intent, and there has been games this season where he has showed good attacking intent. I can assure he's got a long-term future at Manchester United. We got Wan-Bissaka in a deal worth 50 million from Crystal Palace in the summer of 2019. The 2 centre-halves, I'm going to go with Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire. Victor Lindelof was absolutely superb against Granada. Defensively, he was good. His positioning was good. And he got the assist for Marcus Rashford's goal against Granada. It was a lovely long ball. Lindelof has enjoyed some good games at Manchester United, but in a lot of games, he hasn't been consistent enough. He's been at the club a few years now, Lindelof. We got him in a deal worth £31 million from Benfica back in 2017. Harry Maguire, I thought he did quite well against Granada recently. I thought defensively he was good. He got forward well. Harry Maguire is suspended for the second leg because he did get a booking. Maguire has done well in quite a few games at Manchester United, but there's also been some games where he's been poor. I can assure we overpaid for him. We got him in a deal worth £80 million. He's the second most expensive sign at the club behind Paul Pogba, and he's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment. At left back, I'm going to go with Luke Shaw. I don't think Luke Shaw was too good against Granada. I'm surprised in that aspect because he's done well, Luke Shaw, in the vast majority of the games he's played in this season. He's showed good attacking intent, he's got into very good positions. Defensively, he's been superb and he's provided width, he's put good crosses into the box. I think Shaw's had a good career at Manchester United apart from his injuries. He's been at the club over 6 years now. He said earlier on this season that we was preparing to enter contract talks with Luke Shaw. He deserves a new contract. I think Shaw's got 2 years left on his current contract. Shaw's suspended for the second leg against Granada. So I presume in the second leg we will go with Alex Telles. In the midfield, I'm going to go with Paul Pogba and Fred. Paul Pogba was totally anonymous against Granada. But he played well in our last league game against Brighton. He obviously got an assist. We've been getting the best out of Paul Pogba in recent months. He actually has got a mild injury, I think, but he should be okay. Don't forget he was out with a thigh injury for a while. He was out for the first part of this season with an ankle injury, and he was out for the vast majority of last season with an ankle injury. So he's sustained a few injuries now at Man United. Paul Pogba could leave Man United in the summer transfer window, but there again he could stay potentially past the summer. He's had a long-running transfer saga. Now, apparently Barcelona are interested in him. And it says there's 4 Barcelona players Man United could accept in a Paul Pogba swap deal. That's Griezmann, Ousmane Dembele, Lenglet and Fati. But Barcelona have been in for him before. Paul Pogba's been relentlessly linked with a return to Juventus. I said there's a good chance he'll go back to Juventus if he leaves Man United in the summer transfer window. You know, Paul Pogba enjoyed 4 good years with Juventus before he rejoined us. Juventus have been keen on getting him in a swap deal. Said not so long ago that Juventus were willing to offer us Paulo Dybala in a swap deal for Paul Pogba. And Fabrizio Romano did say that Juventus are refusing to give up on re-signing Pogba. Pogba's been linked with Real Madrid and PSG before. Manchester United could still offer Paul Pogba a new contract. Because it said not so long ago that Juventus told Mino Raiola that they cannot afford Pogba. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said earlier on this season he hopes that Paul Pogba will stay and sign a new contract. And we have been in contract talks with Paul Pogba. Ollie said not so long ago that Pogba's future lies at Manchester United. Earlier on this season, we triggered that 1-year extension on his contract, so he's under contract with the club until June 2022. Damasio said the other week that Pogba's got no intentions of extending his Man United contract, and he said his preferred destination is Juventus, and he said he still wants to quit Man United. Mino Raiola has been desperate to get his client out of the football club. Mino Raiola made an announcement back in December regarding Paul Pogba. He said that Pogba's career at Man United is over. He said he's unhappy and he has to leave and he's got no intentions of signing a new contract. Solskjaer was furious with Mino Raiola's announcement. But he did say earlier on this season that he's got no intentions of destabilising his client's season, and he made an admission, Mino Raiola, saying that he's working quietly on Paul Pogba's transfer because Mino Raiola doesn't have a good relationship with Man United and he has been criticised a lot. Earlier on this season he was doing a lot of talking, he said he doesn't give a fuck if he doesn't send another player to Man United as long as his clients are happy. He also come out and criticised Sir Alex Ferguson for forcing Pogba out of the club when he was younger. I like Paul Pogba in more of an advanced role because that's where he's more effective, on that left hand side. Not too keen on him in a deeper role. As it stands at the moment, he is our most expensive signing because we paid £89 million for him, and this is his 5th season at the football club since he rejoined. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far. That's the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield. And we had him when he was a lot younger under Ferguson, but the reason we had to let him go was due to limited appearances. So yeah, Fred, he's had some good games for Manchester United, but he's also endured some poor games. I'm kind of sure he wasn't worth the £52 million we got him for from Shakhtar Donetsk. I think Fred will stay potentially past the summer, but I don't know about long term. Ahead of Paul Pogba and Fred, I'm going to go with Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes obviously played against Granada. He scored our second goal from the penalty spot towards the end of the game. He also had a good chance before that, which he should have scored, but it was a good save from the Granada goalkeeper. He put a pretty good performance out against Granada, but it wasn't his best performance, was it? I like the way he dictated the play. He was quite good in possession. He was trying to make things happen. In most of Bruno Fernandes' games, he has been very consistent. There's only been a few games where he has looked off the pace, but you've got to say we have overplayed him. Fernandes is our best player and is the best signing we have made since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. He's been at the club over a year. Don't forget, he said on his 12-month anniversary back in January, was it, that he's planning on spending many years at Manchester United. He said he came to Manchester to win trophies. He's won Player of the Month quite a few times, reflecting on his good performances. We initially paid £47 million for Fernandes, but the overall cost with add-ons is just over £67 million. He's got a contract with us until 2025. There's an option to extend for a further 12 months. On the left-hand side, I'm going to go with Marcus Rashford. Solskjaer has admitted that he's not 100% fit, but he should be available for this game. I hope he is anyway. We need to keep Marcus Rashford out on the left because that's where he's more effective. Rashford did play against Granada recently, scored our first goal. It was a lovely touch from Rashford and a lovely finish. On the right hand side, I'm going to go with Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood's been superb since he broke into our first team squad. He made his senior debut in 2019. He's been a United player since the age of 7, so he has been with us a long time now. Earlier on this season, we give Mason Greenwood a new 4-year contract. Ollie's been defending him a lot this season. At the first part of this season, didn't really have much of a perception on Greenwood because he was in and out of the team. The start of this season, we give him that number 11 shirt. And Greenwood did well against Granada recently. Made some very good runs. And did well against Brighton in our last league game because he scored the winner. Up top, I'm going to go with Edison Cavani. I think Cavani has made an impact since he's come to Manchester United. But there's been some games where he hasn't got enough service and he's looked isolated. He barely had a kick in the game against Brighton, did he? Because he didn't get enough service. Now it looks like Edison Cavani's going to be leaving Man United in the summer transfer window. Footballer Insider recently said that Cavani is willing to take a pay cut to join Boca Juniors. He's already got a verbal agreement with Boca Juniors, and Boca Juniors are preparing to offer him a 3-year contract. We've already held talks with Edison Cavani over his future at the club. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said that Edison Cavani's future, he's unsure about his future. Marcus Rojo has held conversations with Edison Cavani over a Boca Juniors move. Marcus Rojo has urged Edison Cavani to quit Man United for Boca Juniors by promising to take him fishing. Ole did say though earlier on this season he's hopeful that Cavani will stay, and he revealed that we had been in contract negotiations with him. Cavani's current contract expires at the end of this season, but there's an option to trigger his contract for a further year. Ole said earlier on this season that Cavani is closer to Boca Juniors than staying at Manchester United, and his father came out, Cavani's, and said that he's unhappy, he doesn't feel comfortable in England and he wants to leave. We got him on a free transfer last summer. He signed a 1-year contract with Man United with an option of a 2nd year. So yeah, that's how I think we could line up against Tottenham tomorrow. Obviously, we've got Martial injured. Solskjaer did say not so long ago that it's likely he will be out for the remainder of the season. Martial sustained an injury whilst he was on international duty with France. Obviously, Phil Jones, he's still injured, but he doesn't get in our 11 anyway. Juan Mata is still out. Eric Bay is out due to COVID. But yeah, this game against Tottenham is a massive game for Manchester United. Obviously, Tottenham beat us at Old Trafford 6-1 earlier on this season. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has come out and said our 6-1 home defeat to Tottenham has hurt our pride. The game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium last season was 1-1. We beaten Tottenham though at Old Trafford last season 2-1. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has beaten Jose Mourinho as Manchester United manager. Tottenham's current manager is Jose Mourinho. You know, Jose Mourinho is going to be reuniting with Manchester United tomorrow. Don't forget, we had Jose Mourinho for 2.5 years. When he was with us, he won the Europa League, the League Cup, and the Community Shield, if you want to count that. And he got a 2nd place, I think, in his first season. So you can say Mourinho enjoyed one good season when he was at Man United. But the main explanation is it didn't work out under him is because he had bad disputes with the board, bad disputes with the top players, and the board weren't backing the signings that he wanted to recommend in. Mourinho recommended 11 players in when he was at Man United. Solskjaer's still inheriting some players from the Mourinho era, but he's got rid of a few of the players that Mourinho brought in. I'm expecting Tottenham to sack Jose Mourinho at some point. You know, Mourinho has now passed his sell-by date. But Jose Mourinho has got a good pedigree behind him. He's won around 25 major honours in his managerial career. Mourinho has been Tottenham manager over the year. He's under contract with them until 2023. To be honest with you, I think Tottenham made a mistake by getting rid of Mauricio Pochettino, because I thought Pochettino was a good manager for them. Despite him not winning anything when he was at Tottenham, Pochettino enjoyed a 5.5-year tenure at Tottenham. Analysing the vast majority of his tenure, Tottenham were competing in and out of the top 4. And don't forget, he guided Tottenham to their first ever Champions League final. Don't forget, Mauricio Pochettino was the favourite to take over at Man United at one point, and that's when obviously he was managerless. Pochettino is now PSG manager. Jose Mourinho has brought quite a few players in though since he became Tottenham manager. Obviously brought Joe Hart in, brought Reguilon in, brought Gareth Bale in on loan, brought Doherty in, brought Holberg in, brought Joe Rodon in. I think he also brought Jedson Fernandez in, but he's no longer at Tottenham. Steven Bergwijn, Giovanni Lo Celso. Did he bring Ryan Sessegnon in as well? Vinicius, he's another one. Yeah. But Tottenham have got some very, very good players, that could cause us problems tomorrow. Obviously, they've got Harry Kane. He'll be in contention to play tomorrow. Man United have been relentlessly linked with Harry Kane. They've also got Dele Alli. He's one of their key players. Lucas Moura, he's also very good. Human Son, he's also very good for Tottenham. Eric Lamela, he's also good. Harry Winks, he's quite good. I like Toby Alderweireld. He's a very, very good centre-half. Man United have been in for him before. Danny Rose is good. I think it was last season. He was out on loan with Newcastle. Serge Aurier, he's good. He's been at Tottenham now a few years. Davinson Sanchez, he's good. Tottenham have also got Eric Dyer. Hugo Lloris, he's a pretty good goalkeeper. Don't forget, Tottenham lost Christian Eriksen in January of last year. He went to Inter Milan. Eriksen was a long-serving player for Tottenham. He endured 7 years with them. The 2 injuries that Tottenham have got is Ben Davies and Matt Doherty. Tottenham are sitting 6th in the Premier League. They drew their last game 2-2 with Newcastle. After Tottenham, we do play Granada in the second leg of the Europa League. Then it's Burnley, and then it's Leeds, and then it's Liverpool. So games are coming up thick and fast for Manchester United. I'm kind of sure we'll finish in the top 4 this season. There's a very good chance that we will finish second. The Europa League is a priority for Manchester United. It's our only chance of winning any silverware this season. we haven't won a trophy since 2017, so if we fail to win the Europa League this season, that'll be exactly 4 years without a trophy. But if we fail to win the Europa League, we know that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's not getting sacked as Manchester United manager. Ole Solskjaer knows how imperative it is to get his first trophy on the board as Man United manager. There is still quite a few United fans that are demanding Ole Gunnar Solskjaer out of the club. They've obviously got main explanations why they want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer out of the club, but there's still some Man United fans that are Solskjaer in, and they're saying, that he does deserve more time. I said he does deserve another season because he's made progress in certain aspects, but I can assure he's not the long-term manager for Manchester United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's already agreed to sign a new 3-year contract worth 30 million. Like I said, it's likely to be 2 years with an option of an extra one. Does Ole deserve a new contract? In some aspects, yeah. In some aspects, no. Solskjaer's into the final year of his current 3-year contract. Solskjaer has been Manchester United manager over 2 years now. And reflecting now on he's been at the club, he's gained some managerial experience. He's tried a few different elements. He's learned quite a bit on the job. But Ole hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager, and that's one of my concerns about him. Another one of my concerns about him is his decision making. Because in a lot of his games at Man United, he has been tactically naive, especially in a lot of the big games this season. But there has been some games where he has showed tactical flexibility. This is Ole's second full season at the club. Next season will be his third full season. This year's summer transfer window is huge for Man United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Recent reports said that Man United will spend big in the summer transfer window. But Solskjaer wants to keep transfer dealings quiet. I'm expecting us to make around 3 or 4 signings in the summer transfer window. I've identified the positions we need to strengthen up. I think we need a striker, we need a right winger, we need a defensive midfielder, and we also need a centre-half. Solskjaer did warn earlier on this season that we may not do business as usual due to the pandemic. But Solskjaer should get the backing he deserves in the summer transfer window because Woodward is obviously standing by him. He believes he's the right man to lead the club forward. Woodward released a statement earlier on this season saying that the progress by Solskjaer and the players this season is clear. So in that aspect, Woodward is backing him. And in general, Woodward's come out several times to show his support for Ole, even when we was enduring them really, really bad periods. Our board have got a soft stance on Solskjaer with him being a club legend. And with Solskjaer being a club legend, that's why I still think he's Manchester United manager. Disregarding being a club legend, I can almost assure he wouldn't have been here now. Obviously, we've got John Murtough. He's our director of football. It was the right decision by the club getting a director of football in. And we've also got Darren Fletcher. He's our technical director. And Solskjaer has already discussed our transfer plans for the summer with our recruitment team. But I think Ole is the best manager we've had since Ferguson. I really, really do. And we've got to credit Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in quite a lot of aspects. We have enjoyed good periods under him where we have seen consistency. We was 14 games unbeaten before the 3-1 defeat to Leicester in the FA Cup quarter-final. We haven't lost away from home in the Premier League for over a year. That's also good. Solskjaer got us to the FA Cup quarter-final. Got us to the Europa League semi-final now by the looks of things. Got us to the EFL Cup semi-final this season, lost 2-0 to City. Ollie has made some good signings since he's come in. You know, he's spent almost £300 million and he's endured 4 transfer windows at the club. He's also got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he's come in. I like the way he's promoted the youth. Last season, his first full season, got us 3rd place and guided us to 3 semi-finals. Went on the 19-game unbeaten run in all competitions last season, was 14 unbeaten in the Premier League. So these are some of the stuff you've got to credit Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for. But in the last 8 years, it's just been an ongoing cycle of inconsistency with Man United. You know, we've been playing catch-up. And a lot of United fans predicted when Ferguson retired it was all going to go downhill. Mistakes have been made in the last 8 years, and that's why we haven't been as consistent as we'd like to have been. You know, we haven't won the Premier League since 2013. That's 8 years ago now. Anyway, guys, on my next video, I will be giving you my reaction to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference ahead of this game. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.